From the beautiful and educational stories of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, today we share a heartwarming tale called The Thirsty Dog. It's a story that reminds us of the profound impact of simple kindness. Our story begins with a man named Mahmud. Mahmud was a good-hearted person with a love for adventure and travel. He often journeyed to new places, exploring the world around him. One day, he embarked on a long trip across a vast and unforgiving desert. The journey started well, but as the hours passed, the sun climbed higher in the sky, beating down relentlessly. The desert heat was intense, and the sandy road seemed to stretch on forever. Mahmud's water supply ran low, and soon he was completely out. A powerful thirst gripped him, and with every step he felt more exhausted. His throat was parched, and his energy was fading fast. He began to worry if he would find water in time. Just as he felt he couldn't go on, he looked up and saw something that gave him hope. A flock of birds was circling in the sky up ahead. Mahmud knew that birds often gather near sources of water. A surge of renewed energy filled him. He thought to himself, where there are birds, there must be water. With this hopeful thought, he summoned all his remaining strength and began to run towards the spot where the birds were circling. He ran and ran, his eyes fixed on the horizon. Finally, he reached his destination, an old water well. Overjoyed and relieved, Mahmud carefully made his way down into the well. He cupped his hands and drank the cool, refreshing water. He drank and drank until his thirst was completely quenched. As he felt life returning to his body, he looked up and thanked Allah for this incredible blessing, for providing water when he needed it most. Feeling refreshed and grateful, Mahmud climbed back out of the well. But as he reached the top, he saw a sight that touched his heart. A small dog was lying near the well, panting heavily. Its tongue was hanging out, and it was desperately licking the dusty, damp soil around the well, trying to find even a single drop of moisture. The poor animal was clearly suffering from the same intense thirst that he had just experienced. Seeing the dog's desperation, Mahmud's heart filled with compassion. He looked at the weak and tired creature and said to himself, "This poor dog is suffering from thirst, just as I was a few moments ago. It feels the same pain I felt." He knew he had to help. He looked around for something to carry water in, like a bucket or a bowl, but there was nothing to be found. Mahmud was determined. He thought for a moment and came up with a clever and selfless idea. He took off one of his leather shoes, which could hold water, and carefully lowered it back down into the well. He filled his shoe with water and cautiously climbed back up, making sure not to spill a single drop. He then gently approached the thirsty dog and offered it the water from his shoe. The dog, sensing his kindness, began to drink eagerly. It drank and drank until it had its fill. Once its thirst was quenched, the dog's energy returned. It looked up at Mahmud with grateful eyes and began to wag its tail back and forth with pure joy and relief. Mahmud smiled, his heart filled with happiness for having helped another living creature. This simple act of mercy, performed in the middle of the desert, with no one else to see, did not go unnoticed. Allah, the Most Merciful, was pleased with Mahmud's compassion. Because of his kindness to the thirsty dog, Allah forgave Mahmud's sins. This beautiful story teaches us a powerful lesson. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that showing mercy to all living beings, including animals, is an act of worship that earns us Allah's mercy and forgiveness. It reminds us that every small act of kindness matters. As the Prophet said, in every living being, there is a reward. So let's always choose to be kind, because Allah loves those who show kindness. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspirational stories.